First and foremost, let's talk about, you know, tonight, New York City. I know for you guys it's always a special venue. You have a lot of fans in this area, so why don't we start from there? How it feels to be back in New York?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, we just finished 4 weeks in Europe and went home for 5 days or something. Washed the dirty laundry and shit, and then we came back. So here, and of course, this is the first show on the US tour, so it's a bit scary. You don't know what's gonna happen, but it'll be okay.
What is the scariest thing that has happened recently, in recent memory while on tour?
On or off stage?
Either or. Both.
I don't know. I mean, on stage, of course, small things happen every now and then, but that's not too bad. And off stage, I'm mostly so drunk, so I don't know what goes on anyway. Yeah, not too many scary moments.
Yeah, I don't actually remember anything stupid happen in a long time. So.
Actually, during the European tour, one of the buses from the same company that we use crashed, and the driver died. And the driver was a really good friend of our driver. So
sorry to hear that.
That's the worst thing that has happened in a long time.
Right. Did he ever drive you guys? Was it like a guy you know?
No, we didn't know him. So.
All right, and when we talk about the bill of the bands that do you guys have any part of the selection process where you were able to say, hey, I want these bands with us?
Oh, yeah, sometimes, but usually we get suggested different bands and we just say yes or no. So we'll see what's going to happen. Right?
And what goes in that thought process? How do you guys decide who you're gonna bring with you?
Well, as I said, it's usually like we don't really spend that much time on it. Of course, if you have some friend's band that you want to bring out, then you mention it to management. But we just get suggested bands and we go online and check them out. And usually we say yes. It's really not.
And what was the first thing you guys did after your European tour when you got home?
Gave the kids the presents that I brought.
And going to the south, that is important as well.
Right.
But you just try to mellow down and then get back into to the rhythm at home, which is completely different, you know. On tour I go to sleep maybe between 6 or 7 in the morning, and at home I wake up at that time, so it's a bit different.
It's a very different thought process too, right?
Yeah, totally.
Hey, what is your favorite thing about touring?
Playing the shows. Yeah, otherwise it's quite boring.
Otherwise it's pretty boring.
Yeah, there's a lot of waiting, you know, waiting to get into the venue, waiting for the show, waiting for this, waiting for that. And so I think you have to have a certain kind of mentality to be able to tour, and so far it's good. I mean, the shows are of course the only reason why we do this. And it's nice to have some beers afterwards.
The compensation.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, there's also a lot of traveling. So, why don't we go into how do you guys prepare for a tour? Like, obviously, you know, you're leaving your comfort zone the minute you leave your door from your house. So, how do you guys get into the mindset of touring after all these years as a band?
I think it just happens these days. You know, you just pack your bags and when you leave from home, you know, go to the airport, have a beer, and then it's on. It's not really something that, at least personally, I don't have to prepare for it, for the traveling and everything differently.
I don't even think about it like nowadays that much. You just go on tour and it's part of your life. It's just something interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we tour maybe half of the year and half of the year we're at home or something like that, so it's quite a lot. But you just go, you sit down in an airplane and wait, you know.
How's the chemistry in the band nowadays? Is it what you guys, you know, envision, let's say?
Yeah, I think it's getting easier all the time because by now you know who's going to do what and how people behave when they're tired or hungry or drunk or whatever. So I think, you know, the better you know your bandmates, the easier it is.
Right, because it's a family, really.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you want to do it on a big level, you know, you have to get along with each other even if you don't want to.
Yeah. But then also I think it's something that we learned along the years, that you should never be afraid to fight, you know. So if there's trouble, they can be yelling and stuff like that, but it's better to deal with it at the moment and not whine about it for 2 or 3 months and then have a huge fight at some point, you know. So
if you're fighting, it's like 1 minute and it's over.
Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, the emotions run wild sometimes. You know,
of course,
you get pissed off at the bandmates. It's, I think we're more like brothers in that sense. You know, occasionally we fight and
make up.
beer, it's fine.
And why don't we talk about your musical influences as a band when you started out, especially? Like, what were you guys listening to, like growing up?
Well, growing up, that was even before I joined the band. But I think I started out listening to AC/DC, Metallica, stuff like that, Pantera, and then I discovered that you can actually play some pretty cool stuff on keyboards as well. So.
Right.
But that was my starting point into metal music.
Yeah, but I think it was like when we found Steve Vai and Stratovarius is quite huge for the band, for the whole band. I think like everybody used to listen to you.
Yeah, when Jens joined the band.
Yeah. And then Dream Theater and these kind of bands.
Stuff that everybody else listens to as well.
Right. It's like the meat and potatoes of metal music, no matter where you come from.
Yeah. But it's, I think, you have to check out the basics before you start to do something.
And how were you guys when you picked up your first instrument, when you said, okay, I want to do music as a living?
I don't remember, I was too small.
So you started really young?
Yeah, I started playing as a baby, I think, sitting on my mother's lap or something like that. So I have no memories of a time that I haven't been playing something.
That's cool. How about you?
I started when I was 11. I got just borrowed a guitar. I played some other instruments when I was 9, but I started playing guitar when I was 11, and then changed to bass like later on. That's something. I don't even remember.
So you guys come from musical families per se?
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
Yeah, my mom is a church organist.
Oh wow. So she was your mentor, you could say?
No, not so much, you know. She put me into music school when I was 6 years old or something like that.
For anybody watching now, do you recommend that that's the route to go? Let's say go through like certain education in order to pick?
I don't think it matters. I mean, there's great players that have learned or picked up stuff by themselves, and then there's been in school forever and still sound like shit. So, you know.
Right.
I don't think there's any right or wrong, but when you first pick up an instrument, it is useful to have somebody show you, you know, so you can avoid some, you know, pitfalls. Basically, when talking about technique and what kind of position you're playing your instrument, so you don't get any like back problems or shit like that later. So I would suggest, you know, it doesn't have to be a music school. You know, if somebody who plays the way you want to play, you know, sit down and answer questions.
Right, and dedicate the time, of course.
Exactly.
Any final words for the fans watching right now?
Oh, is this live?
Oh, live on tape.
Live on tape. Cheers. Beers. See you next time.
I want to thank you guys for coming back to New York. Have a great show tonight.
All right, thanks.
All right. Cool.